What's up, YouTube? It's 2025, January 1st, and I'm going to bring you my first video of the year, which is Rescue Ace deck profile. I'm going to show you that we don't need no wanted engine. We got Airlifter at 3, and that's all we need. So without further ado, let's get to the deck profile. Alright, to start off with our Rescue Ace monsters, we're running 2 Rescue Ace Hydrants. While you control a Rescue Ace monster other than Rescue Ace Hydrant, your opponent monsters cannot target this card for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. And then I can use each of the following effects once per turn. Rescue Ace cards that are set this turn, I can activate one of them. So whether there's a quick play spell or a trap, and also when it's on the field, I can activate its effect during the main phase. I can add one Rescue Ace monster from deck to hand. So that's 2, around 2 there. Next, the boy that's back at 3, Rescue Ace Airlifter. So if this card is normal or special summoned, I can add one Rescue Ace spell from the deck to the hand. So this is the Searcher for Emergency. Emergency is your starter that you need to bring out Hydrant if you don't have Hydrant already normal summoned, which you really don't want to do that anyways. But that's mostly the effect you want to use with Airlifter. Other than that, its second effect is when your opponent activates a monster effect on field. I could tribute this card from the hand or face up to special summon a Rescue Ace monster from hand. Next, I'm running 2 Rescue Ace Turbulences. This is your boss monster of the deck. You can banish 2 Rescue Ace cards from your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can set up to 4 Rescue Ace quick play spells or traps with different names directly from the deck. If another card you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. This is the monster you want out that you don't want to get negated, so you could set your traps and your quick plays in order to counter your opponent. Next, I'm running 2 Rescue Ace Preventers. So Preventer is your Book of Moon of the deck. You can banish this one Rescue Ace card from your graveyard, a special summon this card from your hand. And then if you control another Rescue Ace monster, quick effect, you could target one effect monster your opponent controls, change it to face down defense position. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished Rescue Ace monsters, except the level 8 monster, and special summon it. So if you have a Rescue Ace monster banished in order to summon this card, when it goes to the grave, you can bring it back for free. Next, there's the one-ofs that I play. 1 Rescue Ace Fire Engine, 1 Impulse, and 1 Fire Attacker. I think this ratio right now is good. I might bump this back up to 3, depending how well it plays. But Fire Engine effect, if a Rescue Ace monster is normal special summon, it's a free summon. I can special summon it. And then if a monster is special summoned onto your opponent's field, you can special summon a level 4 Rescue Ace from hand, deck, or grave. So it's a free summon on field, and it's 2500 attack. Impulse, during your main phase, you can choose one effect monster on the opponent controls the highest attack, and negate its effect this turn. And then when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, quick effect, you contribute this card from your hand or face up field to special summon 1 Rescue Ace monster from your deck. So it's a free summon. Don't know how much it will come up though, so I'm just using it at 1. And then Fire Attacker is your draw. If a Rescue Ace monster is normal special summon to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand. If a card is added to your opponent's hand, except by drawing it, you could draw 2 cards, then discard 1. Like I said, it's a free body when if I special summon a monster. So that's it for the Rescue Ace monsters. Let's go for the spells. So first off, I'm running 1 of the HQ. The HQ, while your opponent controls a monster, all Rescue Ace monsters you control gain 500 attack. During the main phase, you can normal summon a Rescue Ace monster in addition to your normal summon or set. So it's additional normal summon. And then once per turn, you can target up to 4 of your Rescue Ace cards that are banished or in your graveyard and shuffle them into the deck and draw 1 card. So this is your recycle of the deck. I just run it at 1. I may just keep it at 1, but it might go up to 2. I don't know yet. But I run that there. Then next, I run 1 Alert and 1 Rescue. Alert is you can add is your searcher, so you can add a Rescue Ace monster from grave to hand, or since I control Hydrant, I can add it from deck, so it's your Rhoda. And then Rescue is your monster reborn. I can target a Rescue Ace monster in your graveyard, or if I have Hydrant, I can target a monster in my opponent's graveyard and special summon it. Next, I'm running 3 of the Emergency. So this is your big starter here for the deck. So when it's activated, I can special summon a Rescue Ace monster from deck in defense position, and then tribute a Rescue Ace monster from hand or field. So this is what you want to use to bring out your Hydrant. And then during the main phase, you can banish this card from the grave, then target a Rescue Ace trap in your grave to set it. So that's the Rescue Ace spells there. Like I said, this is the big starter you want on the field to get your plays going. Next, for the traps of the Rescue Ace cards, I am running 1 Contain and 1 Extinguish. So Contain, if you control a Rescue Ace monster, target 1 effect monster your opponent controls this turn. That effect monster cannot attack. Also, its effects are negated. And if I control Rescue Ace Hydrant, at the resolution of this effect, that monster cannot be used as material for Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link Summon. So, again, these trap cards are one of the best cards in the deck to stop your opponent's plays. So, not being able to use your monsters for a Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or a Link is big. Then Extinguish, if you control a Rescue Ace monster, target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Then if you currently control a Hydrant, your opponent can activate the effects of that destroyed monster or the monster with the same original names this turn. So it turns off its effects once, even if it has a grave effect, it turns it off and you won't be able, your opponent won't be able to use it. So then next, as just a little extender, I got 1 Jet Synchron. I mean, it would just be used for Link material. The extra deck is all Link based, so that's it there. So I might just replace. I'd take this out and a few other cards I have in this deck. May just replace it for Fenrir's, but I want to keep it as pure as I can. So that's it for the Rescue Ace cards. So here are the hand traps. I'm running 3 of the best hand trap in the game. 3 Ash Blossoms. Of course, it's Ash Blossoms. It's a fire monster. It's mandatory. Next, I'm running 3 of the Mulch Army Fuwalos. Luckily, I was able to pull most of these, so I have 3 copies. But if you want to replace this with Drolls or even a play set of Fenrir's, go right ahead. I mean, it's not necessary, but it will help the deck go through it to get your resources. Next, I'm running 3 Imperiums. Imperm, again, a staple in the hand trap. And then 1 Effect Veiler, 1 Nibiru, and 1 Magnamut. I am running a Crossout Designator. So, having Nibiru and Veiler to help negate, really good. And also, you can even replace the Fuwalos with more Crossout targets if needed. So that's for the hand traps. Go for the spells. Again, like I said, 3 Crossout Designators. Just to make sure your plays go through. 1 Prosperity, just so you could search that 1 Searcher. 1 Call By, and 1 1-for-1. So this summons your, again, protects your plays. You want to make sure your Hydrant goes off, your Turbulence goes off. And then 1-for-1, special summons your Hydrant. And then the 1 trap I run, and again, this is something I might get rid of, but I haven't tested it yet. But Angel Statue Azarun. So special summon this card. So again, before I read its effect, so it's used with Silhouette Rabbit. I'm going to try out Silhouette Rabbit in this deck. If I don't like it, I'm just going to replace it with something else, with another Link 2. But I'm running an Angel Statue, which is what you want to run with Silhouette Rabbit. So you can special summon this card as an effect monster. Once per turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster while this card is in your monster zone, you can send this card to the graveyard. You can send to the graveyard 1 continuous trap in your monster zone, which is this card, and then negate the summon. And if you do, destroy that monster. When this card is in the monster zone destroyed by battle, you can destroy the monster that destroyed this card. Again, decent effect, testing it out. And that's the one other trap I run in this deck. And it's a 40-card deck. So, like I said, we got room, we got extra cards in there to mess with and change up the deck. So now on to the extra deck. For the Link 1s, I'm running 1 Almirage and 1 Anima. So Almirage is just good if you got a normal summon your Rescue Ace Hydrant and then just take it off the field. You could bring out your Almirage. And then Anima as well to get if you need to get Rescue Ace Hydrant off the field. Anima right here is good. So that's the only 2 Link 1s I run. And then so for the Link 2s, 1 Hida. Hida is basically needed in a fire deck. You can target 1 fire monster your opponent controls. You're in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it. The zone this card points to. That will help set up for Princess, which is in the deck. Next, I'm running the one Sunlight Wolf. It's just a generic fire link to, or not generic, but link to fire monster that can be summoned. And then if a monster is summoned in its field, I could add a resource. So next, I got the IP Masquerena mandatory. The 1 SP Little Knight, I feel like it's mandatory as well. It's a interruption. The Silhouette Rabbit, like I mentioned earlier, its effect: if this card battles a monster, neither player can be destroyed, which is an illusion effect. And then I can use the effects once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can set one continuous trap from your deck with an effect that special summons itself as a monster. Also, this card cannot be used as link material this turn. So bring out my angel statue here. Next effect, if a card in the spell or trap zone is special summoned to a monster zone, you can target a spell or trap your opponent controls and destroy it. So again, more interruption is all you want in this deck. And to round off the link twos, Phoenix for your back row destruction, and 1 Charmer. So Charmer is just like Hita effect, except it's with dark monsters. So that's why if you want to go into dark, you got Anima. So that's the link twos. For link threes, I got 2 of them. Of course, one is Parmenian Princess. So Princess is when you cannot special summon monsters like fire monsters. During your main phase, you can special summon a fire monster from your graveyard. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field while this card is in the graveyard, you can target 1 fire monster control and 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy them, and if it do, special summon this card. So that's that. And then of course I want 1 Unicorn, which is just an interruption to send back to deck. So next for my link 4s, I've got the Zelantis engine, Raging Phoenix, and Zelantis. If you don't know what the combo does just yet, but basically you summon your Phoenix, use Phoenix to summon your Zelantis, and you can bring back Phoenix, and it's a mess for a good OTK. So, and then the last link 4, I'm running Borosaur Dragon. This could be anything. I mean, I just decided to throw in Borosaur just because it's a big boss monster. And then the last monster I'm running is in link 5, which is your Underworld Goddess. Underworld Goddess is just, again, another interruption to get something off my opponent's board. So that's it for the deck. Like I said, it's a 40-card deck. It's something I'm just going to be testing out to see how well it does or if it does bad. So that's the deck. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.